This last story will make everyone laugh. You will get to know why by the time I bring it your way. So the Nigerian Labour Congress has called on Nigerians to boycott the services of telecommunications in response to a recent 50% increase in tariffs. The boycott would begin on Thursday, that's today, and take place daily from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. until the tariffs return to previous rates. I want to ask, why 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.? Why not all through the day? By the way, this message is coming late because we are already using telecom services, and that's why you can view us from wherever you are. So we're not going to be part of those who would listen to.
I don't mind if I just his phone so I can help him hold it.
An advice so that would not work. I need to ask NLC, have you bought birds that would take messages to those you want to pass them to? Or have you started writing letters? Maybe it's time for NIPOS to make some money. Have you started writing letters and posting them? How do you intend to achieve this in this digital age, to boycott telecom service? That is really laughable, and that's why I said we need to laugh our way out of here.
It's funny, and I think people just seeking relevance, and that is what it is. I call it populism, and I don't think that's what we need. It's facing reality that for me matters a lot. Yes, there's no doubt that the economy is tough. There's no doubt that removal of subsidy and the rest of it. But as long as these are not government businesses, we can't afford to run them down. We run down our own. Because at the time that these licenses were given, MTEL was given, which is federal government owned. Where is it today? It cannot survive. So I think that in a democracy, especially a free market economy, free entry, free exit. I've made a case here. There was a time that Dubai set up a telephone just to help teachers and call it Etisalat, and that telephone has become global. It will not be out of place if Labour can also move resources together and start a telecom and prove that the cost that is being charged is as simple as they presume it. So it's running the business that matters. It's not just about the activism that we put to the public space. And I think this is uncalled for in my view. And I think that the review of pricing for telecom operator has long been overdue since 2013, given the dynamics in the marketplace. And I think if landlords are increasing rent, government is increasing rates, and then telecom have to remain where they are, it is unfair and inequitable.
I don't understand why Piri is looking like this. So. Piri,
no,
what do you think?
For me, just a few things. I was expecting that the Nigerian Labour Congress would have, put out a meaningful communique after the Central Working Committee met. I was expecting that, okay, even if you don't have, sometimes you just don't even say anything. Just put out a communique, we had this meeting, this, that, and the other. Because you cannot boycott the telecoms company. You can't. Businesses would have to shut down if we are to obey the voice of labor. And nobody will have to make calls from the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. where we can't really start talking about the transactions. Transactions will be altered because data is life, as one of the telecoms advertisers put it. So labor should have come up with another different, even though I am not all for the 50% increase that Doc is singing for the business community. Yes, I'm not against the business community. However, I understand the perspective of labor, but labor should have put out a very, very sensible and meaningful communication to Nigerians and not that. Like I've said it before, labor needs to sit with the Nigerian people and reason with them because they are the ones you represent and they are the ones you speak for. So let the Nigerian people tell you the disaffection, why they have this level of distrust in you so that that particular part can be amended. I'm sure when you do that and next time you call for solidarity, I'm sure you will see a massive crowd behind you.
Okay, so I was asking earlier if Labour has bought some birds. Have you bought some pigeons that would take messages from you to the person you want that message to get to? I think it's laughable when people are trying too hard to just do something that is not possible or do not want to be reasonable. There are better ways of asking that something be renegotiated. At this point, you cannot say, let there be no increase. We've talked about this over and over again. So for Labour to be pushing this and saying boycott telecom services, really, are you serious about that? Because even your financial transactions that you need to do using the app would need the enablement, the support of telecom services. So what are we talking about? It's something that you cannot do. If you're asking anybody to boycott, nobody will listen to you. You could say businesses should not use it, maybe because you're under government employment. So whether or not you work, you get to be paid. But it's not so for other businesses. So
maybe telco should just protest for 2 days.
And see what happens. That would be a total shutdown for countries. Imagine even when certain social media platforms were banned, how Nigerians protested and how they had to...
We can just allow telcos to protest at least for 7 days so that they can keep services.
And how Nigerians had to even go through other means, try to bypass it to communicate. That was one social media platform banned. Not to talk about when telcos shut down their services, you can send SMS, you can make calls, you can do transaction, you can't have businesses run. So please, can we talk like we are civilized people and we do not want to return to Stone Age? Labour, please, there are better ways of doing this. It's not for you to make people to begin to laugh like what's going on. I think more effort should be channeled at repairing the reputation of Labour before Nigerians.